Hello everyone, welcome to Chef Salim's recipe channel. In this video, I'll be sharing the best way to bake bonito fish in season. I'll also prepare some side dishes, including halva, salad, garnishes like baked potatoes and onions, and ezogelin soup. I bought bonito fish from the fishmonger. Each fish was about 1 kilogram. I had each fish cut into 9 pieces, measuring 19 centimeters without the head. I had 12 fish prepared, which should be enough for up to 25 people. Now let's start by removing the fish from the bag and placing them in a deep bowl. We need to clean the blood you see on the fish, but there's an important tip here. I'm adding enough salt to cover the fish, about 1 tablespoon or 60 grams. Next, I'm adding plenty of ice, some grape vinegar, and a bit of lemon juice. Now I'll pour in cold water and let the fish soak in this icy water for about an hour. Once I'm sure they're clean, I'll transfer them to a strainer. This icy soak helps clean the blood and keeps the fish from breaking apart. If the water isn't cold enough, it could ruin the fish's flavor and even cause bacteria growth. While the fish soaks, let's move on to preparing the dessert to go with it. Semolina halva. Please watch the video without skipping to make sure you don't miss any important details. Fish is simple, but what you serve with it makes all the difference. I'll use 750 grams of semolina and add a little more than half that amount in oil, about 450 grams. Once the oil heats up a bit, I'll add the semolina and stir it. After stirring for 10 to 15 minutes, I'll add crushed walnuts that I've rolled to the right texture. When it's fully roasted, I'll add the syrup, which consists of 1.5 kilograms of sugar and 2.25 liters of water for 750 grams of semolina. After adding the syrup, let it simmer, stirring patiently until the semolina absorbs the syrup. Stir for about 5 minutes, then remove it from the heat and pour it into a tray. After smoothing it out with a spatula, cover it with a cloth. I let it sit for about 2 hours before serving, so it's ready to taste. I might sample some from the edge of the tray for a quick taste test. Now that the halva has rested, I'm cutting it into 24 pieces. As it sits longer, it will firm up. By mealtime, it'll be perfect. Now I'll prepare the baked potatoes and onions to serve with the fish. Small onions work best. I trim the ends of small onions and arrange them on a tray lined with parchment paper, ready for baking. I didn't count each onion, but with about 50, we should have enough. For the baked potatoes, I've washed and arranged them on the tray. I'll place both the potatoes and onions in the oven at the highest setting and bake for an hour. While those bake, I'll prepare a seasonal salad, starting with chopping some arugula. Feel free to make any salad you like to go with the fish. Tomatoes, cucumbers, kale, carrots, or beets work well. I'm making a salad with what I have on hand, grating some large carrots I got from the market. For a rough texture, I lightly tap the grater. I'm grating a large radish, 1 is enough. I'm also adding lettuce. Iceberg lettuce is ideal, and finely chopping purple cabbage. Before mixing all the ingredients, I separate the purple cabbage with my hands, then combine everything gently without pressing down too hard and transfer it to a bowl. The dressing includes plenty of lemon juice, grape vinegar, pomegranate molasses, olive oil, lavender oil, and a bit of thyme oil. I drizzle it over the salad just before serving to enhance the flavor. Before baking the fish, let's prepare the soup. I'm making Ezogelin soup with some vegetable oil and flour. I'll add pre-cooked red lentils, some rice, and bulgur. Into the roasted flour, I add tomato paste, dried mint, salt, a bit of sugar, black pepper, and chili flakes. After lightly sautéing the tomato paste, I add the spices, stir a bit more, then pour in water. I mix it thoroughly, then add the cooked lentil, bulgur, and rice mixture. After adding lemon juice, salt, pepper, and a beef bouillon for flavor, the soup is ready. Let's set it aside and check on the potatoes and onions. I press on the onions, which are easily separating from their skins. I slice the potatoes in half, drizzle with oil and salt, and return them to the oven for a bit longer. I slice some lemons for the fish, as fresh lemon is a must with bonito. The fish have soaked long enough in the icy water to be fully clean. Now I transfer them to a strainer to drain. I'll add a bit of sunflower oil, black pepper, garlic powder, and a squeeze of lemon juice to the fish. Then mix it all with a whisk. After pouring the mixture over the fish, I gently toss them without using my hands to keep them intact. Since they've already soaked in salted water, I'm not adding extra salt. I'm using an aluminum tray to ensure both sides of the fish get nicely browned. Although these are naturally oily fish, I lightly oil the tray as an extra step. When buying bonito, be careful, as similar fish like torik and tambik are sometimes sold as bonito, but they don't taste as good. Bonito is one of my favorite fish, so make sure it's the real deal. I arrange the beautiful bonito slices on the baking tray, making sure they won't stick. I'll bake them at the highest temperature in the preheated oven for about 20 minutes. If your oven is like mine and cooks unevenly, you might need to turn the trays occasionally. The fish are perfectly cooked. I didn't let them dry out, and I'll serve them immediately. I'll prepare a plate for you with all the side dishes, onions, potatoes, and salad with the dressing. The fish looks amazing. I'll add 3 slices of fish to the plate. By the way, the tail parts are particularly delicious. I prefer squeezing plenty of lemon over the fish. It's truly delicious, nicely oily, and retains its moisture with no bones, just pure, tasty fish meat. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next recipe video. Don't forget to like, comment, and so on.